In the headlines of this hour on VTV News, Vietnam emerges as a strategic choice for investors. And Vietnam supports Francophone communities' global goals. And in our world news, the conference in Davos 2025 highlights collaboration, the key to secure future progress.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Good morning. It is 8 a.m. local time in Hanoi, and you're watching VTV News Live. I'm Huyen Trân with the top stories. Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh delivered a powerful speech at the Special Policy Dialogue session titled Breaking Through to the Future, Vietnam's Vision for Innovation and Global Role during the 2025 World Economic Forum, WEF, in Davos.
During the discussion with renowned journalist and Financial Times editor-at-large Gillian Tett, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh delivered a strong message. Vietnam is an attractive strategic destination for foreign investors, thanks to nearly 40 years of economic reform, its commitment to development, and bold policies designed to seize opportunities in the smart era. Vietnam is focused on improving its legal and institutional frameworks, particularly in AI development, which will be built on its data. The Politburo's recently adopted Resolution Number 57 on scientific research, innovation, and digital transformation will strongly push research and development investments in Vietnam. Additionally, Vietnam is actively investing in smart infrastructure. It is set to complete the National Data Center by June this year. Vietnam's resilience and ambitious efforts have made it an attractive investment destination for global tech giants like Samsung and Nvidia. In response to concerns about Vietnam's trade surplus with the U.S., the Prime Minister emphasized Vietnam's openness to listening, exchanging views, and addressing issues of mutual concern, particularly in areas where the U.S. has strengths, such as aviation and high-tech industries. He also quoted late President Ho Chi Minh's famous words, "Nothing is impossible if one has determination and perseverance."
So, can you be friends with both America and China?
We pursue an independent and self-reliant foreign policy, focusing on diversification and multilateralism. Vietnam aims to be a good friend and trusted partner to all countries around the world and a responsible member of the international community for the goals of peace and cooperative development. Therefore, all countries, including China and the United States, are our friends and trusted partners.
Concluding the dialogue, Tett shared feedback from foreign investors, who were impressed by Vietnam's economic transformation over the past 4 decades of reform, its strong growth momentum, and its ability to attract substantial foreign direct investment.
Later, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh delivered a keynote speech at a seminar in Davos on global trade and development in the smart era. He urged countries to cooperate, fight protectionism, and promote multilateral trade amid global challenges. The Prime Minister outlined 4 key aspects of the smart era: peace and cooperation, sustainable growth, responsible resource use, and social justice. He emphasized Vietnam's readiness for the new era through innovation, creativity, and leveraging its people and businesses. He also reaffirmed Vietnam's commitment to hosting the 16th UNCTAD conference and welcoming delegates from all continents. Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh also attended a seminar on applying artificial intelligence in smart manufacturing and developing the International Financial Center in Ho Chi Minh City. He stated that establishing the 4th Industrial Revolution Center in Ho Chi Minh City aligns with current policies and outlook, and contributes to the active implementation of Politburo's Resolution 57 on breakthrough scientific and technological development, innovation, and digital transformation. The Prime Minister urged delegates and global investors to continue offering suggestions to resolve institutional issues and mobilize resources. Then Ho Chi Minh City Party Secretary Nguyễn Văn Nên chaired a seminar on high-tech investment in Vietnam, organized by the Ministry of Planning and Investment. the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and the FPT and Vina Capital groups. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính met with Swiss President Karin Keller-Sutter on the sidelines of Switzerland's WEF Davos 2025 gathering and its bilateral dialogue.
Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh and President Keller-Sutter noted the positive developments in Vietnam-Switzerland relations across various sectors. They agreed that now is the moment to upgrade their partnership to a comprehensive partnership, aiming to make further progress in their collaboration efforts. President Keller-Sutter affirmed that the agreement to upgrade bilateral relations is of significant importance, and both sides will work closely to implement the new framework. The leaders highlighted the promising prospects for economic cooperation and agreed to boost bilateral trade. They also prioritized concluding negotiations on the free trade agreement between Vietnam and the European Free Trade Association and resuming talks on the bilateral investment promotion and protection agreement. Both leaders recognized the importance of security and defense cooperation, promoting defense industrial partnerships, training, and increasing participation in peacekeeping forces. They also discussed negotiating and signing defense and security cooperation agreements. Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh proposed that both countries strengthen collaboration in education, training, science and technology, and culture tourism, promoting links between educational institutions and research centers and sustainable tourism development. The two leaders witnessed the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding on cooperation between the two countries' ministries of foreign affairs.
And also on the sidelines of the 55th WEF annual meeting in Davos, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính held meetings with the President of Panama and the Prime Ministers of Lithuania and Liechtenstein.
At the meeting with the Panamanian President, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh affirmed that Vietnam highly values Panama's role and position in Central America and Latin America. The two leaders agreed to boost trade and investment and explore new areas such as infrastructure, electric cars, pharmaceuticals, and tourism. The Prime Minister offered Vietnam's support to Panama in food production, particularly rice cultivation.
Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh met with his Lithuanian counterpart and affirmed Vietnam's commitment to strengthening ties and bilateral relations with Lithuania. The Lithuanian Prime Minister called for enhanced economic, trade, and energy cooperation, particularly in renewable energy and liquefied gas. Both leaders agreed to expand high-level visits and implement existing cooperation mechanisms between their foreign ministries.
In his meeting with the Liechtenstein Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh urged strengthening the legal framework for bilateral cooperation and exploring new opportunities. Vietnam aims to finalize the Vietnam-EFTA FTA and continue negotiations on an investment protection agreement. The Liechtenstein Prime Minister hoped to conclude the FTA this year and begin talks on a double taxation avoidance agreement.
Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính met with Professor Klaus Schwab, founder and executive chair of the WEF, during his visit to Switzerland.
In the meeting, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh expressed his gratitude to Professor Schwab for his inspiring interaction with students at the Vietnam National University in Hanoi during his visit to Vietnam in October 2024. Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh urged Professor Schwab to support Vietnam in implementing this strategy by connecting with businesses, experts, and scientists to jointly develop a science, technology, and innovation ecosystem that maximizes opportunities in the smart era. Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh also proposed that WEF help Vietnam co-host an annual global economic forum in Ho Chi Minh City. Professor Klaus Schwab acknowledged the Prime Minister's participation in this year's conference, highlighting its importance to WEF and the global business community. He expressed confidence that Vietnam is increasingly prominent in the ongoing reconfiguring of geopolitical dynamics regionally and globally. Professor Schwab reaffirmed WEF's commitment to connecting Vietnam with global corporations and investment funds, supporting the country in attracting high-quality investment, developing skilled human resources, and fostering innovation.
Vietnam has always shared and supported the French-speaking community's noble values and goals of peace, democracy, solidarity, cooperation, and development. This was emphasized by National Assembly Chair Trần Thanh Mẫn at the opening session of the Conference of the Parliamentary Assembly of the Francophone on Wednesday.
Vietnam's active participation in the Francophone Parliamentary Assembly activities and the Francophone community affirms its consistent foreign policy of independence and self-reliance for peace, friendship, cooperation, and development. Vietnam shares and supports the core values of the French-speaking nations, including peace, democracy, cultural and linguistic diversity, solidarity, cooperation, and development, goals that Vietnam is actively pursuing in its comprehensive reform efforts and achieving significant progress.
Vietnam's active participation in the Francophonie reflects its foreign policy of peace, cooperation, and multilateralism. It supports the Francophonie's core values, peace, democracy, cultural diversity, solidarity, and development, goals that align with Vietnam's ongoing reform efforts and achievements across various fields.
National Assembly Chair Trần Thanh Mẫn emphasized Vietnam's efforts to reform for greater effectiveness, focusing on democracy and the rule of law. He expressed confidence that the APF's discussion on the Francophonie's role in global changes would help lawmakers advocate for peace, unity, and multilateral cooperation toward sustainable development.
Coming up next on VTV News. Vietnam's rice exports to Singapore see strong growth. And let's find out how Vietnamese pho makes its way to the Sahara Desert.
When it comes to business, it's crucial to choose a smart location with global impact. And Vietnam might just be the location for you. Connect worldwide to advanced logistics networks. Smart hub for technology and innovation. A dynamic business ecosystem. An environment with a competitive edge.
Welcome back to VTV News. Now in 2024, Vietnam maintained its position as Singapore's third largest rice exporter with a turnover of over $94.5 million, accounting for more than 28% of the market share. And despite leading rice exports to Singapore in the first 2 quarters of the year, Vietnam has since lost market share to India and Thailand. This shows that Vietnamese enterprises must improve their competitiveness and ensure the quality of their rice products meets Singaporean government standards and import licensing. In mountainous districts of Phie, farmers are celebrating a warm Tet as prices for key products continue to rise. Acacia's wood prices have increased nearly 30% compared to 2 months ago, while sugarcane prices remain high. And combined with government support policies for the new year, this has made the sugarcane fields bustle with excitement.
In Soi Ba Commune, farmers are busy harvesting and transporting sugarcane to the factory. These fields are among the first to be harvested in the commune, yielding 70 tons per hectare, with the factory paying $54 per ton. Families are looking forward for a prosperous Tet celebration.
We have had a good harvest and high wages. 500 meters of mature sugarcane yields 6 tons, while 500 meters of the first crop sugarcane yields 8 tons.
Phie's sugarcane fields, spanning over 26,000 hectares, have been under harvest for more than a month. Though domestic sugar prices have fallen by 15%, both the KCP and the Tuy Hoa sugar factories are offering $54 per ton, higher than last year's rate. As a result, many farmers are seeing net profits of $2,900 per hectare.
This year, sugarcane and acacia wood prices have risen to their highest levels ever. This has helped local farmers enjoy a warm Tet.
Factories also have a support policy, offering loans of $80 per hectare to help farmers with their Tet preparations.
And as the Lunar New Year approaches, ships laden with love and support from the mainland set sail for Cheongsa district in Khánh Hòa province, bringing warmth and encouragement to the officers, soldiers, and residents who safeguard the nation's sovereignty.
After navigating through a tropical depression across more than 200 nautical miles, the journey to Cheongsa reaches its first stop at the island's district center.
This journey reflects the party, state, and military's care for officers and soldiers, boosting their fighting spirits as the Lunar New Year nears.
Cheongsa Island has transformed significantly, now featuring a wharf, guest houses, a temple dedicated to Uncle Po, a pagoda, a martyr's memorial, and renewable energy facilities.
We are grateful for the support and love of the mainland that allows us to have a fulfilling Tet celebration.
The festive atmosphere in Cheongsa grows more vibrant with potted flowers and peach blossoms, bringing sincerity to soldiers stationed on remote islands like An Bang, Song Tu, Đá Đông, and Đá Tây.
We received many gifts from the mainland, filling us with pride and a deep sense of responsibility.
For the residents living in these distant island districts, the Lunar New Year has truly arrived with flowers, peach blossoms, and chung cakes.
Both the state and the soldiers stationed here take good care of us.
Tet in Cheongsa brims with emotion, warmed by the heartfelt support sent from the mainland across stormy seas. This celebration serves as a powerful bond that unites all Vietnamese people.
The reenactment of Lunar New Year or Tet rituals once held at the Thăng Long Royal Palace occur at the Thăng Long Imperial Citadel. The rituals researched by the Thăng Long Hanoi Heritage Conservation Center feature hundreds of participants in traditional costumes, performing prayers and rituals, symbolizing sending off the old and welcoming the new for peace and prosperity. Witnessing these royal court rituals offers tourists a unique and emotional New Year experience. Now, in the heart of Cairo, one of the most popular tourist destinations in the world, there is a small corner that serves the flavor of a country thousands of kilometers away. It is a Vietnamese pho restaurant, where each bowl of pho is not just a dish, but a story about its homeland and Vietnamese culture that's captivating local diners. In the following report, let's explore how Vietnamese pho is reaching the people of the Arab world.
This restaurant's famous Vietnamese traditional dishes have attracted the attention of many diners in Cairo. Each bowl of pho is tasty, but tangibly represents the love and pride of the Vietnamese living abroad.
Pho is a traditional and distinctive Vietnamese dish, so I wanted to introduce the cuisine to international customers, including those in Egypt. That's why the restaurant is named Pho Vietnamese. Egyptian cuisine is typically very salty, so when they try Vietnamese pho, they can appreciate the lightness and sweetness of the broth.
The pho noodles here are not made from dry pho or commercially made pho, but are handmade daily at the restaurant. The rice flour is carefully selected and kneaded. The pho noodle making machine has been brought from Vietnam to ensure each noodle is perfectly soft and chewy. This key factor makes the difference and ensures the authentic traditional Vietnamese flavor.
It was a very nice experience. It was my first time, so I'm very happy. And it's the first time that I didn't expect it, but I'm very happy.
The small, cozy restaurant, with its strong Vietnamese atmosphere, is filled with diners whether it's noon or evening. They come not only to enjoy the food, but also to explore the unique taste of Vietnamese cuisine.
Although Egypt has an abundance of spices like cloves, cardamom, cinnamon, and star anise, we import ingredients directly from Vietnam to ensure the traditional flavors remain intact.
We hope that each bowl of pho will teach people more about Vietnamese culture and people. It's about connection, sincerity, and warmth, just like the flavors of pho.
The quest to bring Vietnamese pho to the heart of the Middle East is a story of cultural exchange about how cuisine connects people anywhere. The Vietnamese restaurant in Cairo is not just where people come to eat, but also a place that connects people and cultures.
Coming up next in our world news. The conference in Davos 2025 highlights collaboration, the key to secure future progress. And later on, Winter Lights Festival brightens London's Canary Wharf. Now moving on to our world news, concerns over a new phase of global geostrategic competition are a key topic at the World Economic Forum in Davos. These discussions gain momentum after President Donald Trump announced tariffs on major trade partners. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen warned that as global competition intensifies, tools like sanctions, export controls, and tariffs will be more frequently used to protect national security and economies. She stressed the need to maintain growth and adjust development strategies in response. Von der Leyen also expressed a willingness to negotiate with the U.S. on tariffs and to pursue a more balanced relationship with China for mutually beneficial solutions. Russia and China are determined to elevate their bilateral relationship this year, as discussed in an online meeting between Russian President Vladimir Putin and Chinese President Xi Jinping. The Chinese leader called for joint efforts to strengthen the relationship to better address global challenges. The Russian president agreed, emphasizing that Russia-China cooperation is based on friendship, mutual trust, support, equality, and mutual benefit. Both leaders also stressed the importance of working together to protect the international system centered around the United Nations and uphold global fairness and justice. The foreign ministers of the Quad Group, comprising of the US, UK, Japan, and India, met in Washington, D.C. on Tuesday after President Trump took office. And during the meeting, the parties reaffirmed their commitment to strengthening and promoting a free and open Indo-Pacific region. The meeting occurred just hours after Marco Rubio officially became the U.S. Secretary of State. A joint statement emphasized the four countries' strong opposition to any unilateral actions that seek to change the status quo through threats or the use of force anywhere in the world. The statement also revealed that the group agreed to hold regular meetings in the coming months to prepare for the next summit of leaders scheduled to take place in India. A trail of 12 dazzling new artworks by artists from across the globe was set up in London's Canary Wharf financial district for the annual Winter Lights Festival on Tuesday. The lights brought a glimmer of light and illumination to the cold, grey and wintry British capital. More to follow.
Artworks included a towering stack of bathtubs pulsing with light and sound, a UK-first illuminated bird in flight, a larger-than-life portal, black holes, and mirages. This year's festival includes 4 artworks that have never been seen in the UK before. Therefore, visitors can explore the transformative and otherworldly qualities of art and light, combining the real with the surreal.
We wanted to create something that is beautiful and to be admired, but is essentially a mirage and can't be trusted. And that is an analogy for social media itself.
Artists from around the world showcase their installations inspired by their diverse backgrounds.
One of the biggest challenges for us was to tell stories of our elders, especially our mothers, our aunts, our grandmas, who migrated from Bangladesh to here. And so the biggest challenge for us was to celebrate them, but at the same time understand actually the hardships and the struggles they've gone through to be here, to be present, and to be alive, and to raise us as second generation, third generation Bangladeshis.
The festival will run until February 1st.
And as usual, let's move on to the weather forecast. And that's all the news we have for this hour. To rewatch our program, you can download our mobile app VTVgo or check out our YouTube channel VTV4Go. Thank you for watching and see you next time.